Good afternoon, beloved. Today is Monday, February the 20th, 2023. This month has been the month of Black History Month also in America. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a new subscriber. My name is Monica. This year I'm attempting to do journaling sessions every single day. I've missed some days here in a row. If you are on a mission, on assignment, if you have goals, dreams, and plans, or if you don't, even if you don't, welcome to this channel. Hopefully you will. You will. So these journaling sessions pretty much are examples, hopefully inspiration, hopefully encouragement, hopefully a light to you or anyone who is trying to succeed in all avenues in their life. One of the things I first talk about is drinking water when the video starts. I have drank water today. It's very important. I want to highlight a person that I just learned about, Vegan Guru. My personal journey, and I'm not going to talk a lot about myself this year, but I have a lot of videos on this channel that do talk about my life from last year, last couple of years actually, and how this channel began, and it has evolved into journaling sessions at this time. I'm thankful to God for using me. Water is very important, and I was looking at a video. I happened to be looking at a video the other day where the vegan guru was being interviewed by a gentleman, and they talked about the importance of water. And my grandmother taught me some things when I was growing up, when I was just a kid. Some of the things that I have learned, even from my denomination, and by the way, I happen to be Seventh-day Adventist, okay? Let me tell you, there is good and there's bad in everything, every family, every denomination, every religion. One day, all of the denominations and religions are going to come to an end because they are divisions. Even if they have good founding, good reasons, good rules, it's still a dividing of people called under a certain name. And I'm not saying anything negative about my religion. I've learned a lot of good things that have taught me things like when I was younger, don't go to concerts, don't go to amusement parks, and such things that were taught in our doctrine. Even to this day, my grandmother, she taught me, who happened to be a Baptist for 45 years, and she became Seventh-day Adventist. Then my father became Seventh-day Adventist, and so I am a third generation, but I'm not very active in the Seventh-day Adventist church. And I'll tell you, I'm not big on cliques and things like that. And I actually went to church this past week, and I noticed some things. God is showing me some things, but nevertheless, my grandmother taught me not to eat and drink with my food when I was a child. She didn't make me, but she taught me that, and I chose to follow that. And from this day, I usually do not ever drink and eat together. I always drink separately from eating my meals. And I have learned some things, and now I see that other people, doctors, and some doctors, not all doctors, and people who are really into health and fitness have this same teaching that they follow. So I start with drinking water to promote and to be an example of drinking water, not just talking here, but actually you will hear me drinking. Then I talk about diet and making a list of what we're going to be eating, what you're going to be eating every single day. Even if you don't follow that, your aim, okay, it's very important to aim high. Then money. What are you going to make and what are you going to spend? We always need to have a higher aim at making more than we're spending. We need to be making and keeping more than we're giving and spending on things if we can. And then I talk about it's built up to about 10 different things now. My one topic that I really don't say a lot, but is my job, my occupation. So for me, I might write a note about what's going on in that industry. Then finances. Even though I talk about what I'm going to be making and spending, it's still not the same as my financial picture. That's just a part of it. And so on. And at the end of the topics, you should push pause if you're participating, and you should write whatever God has put in your heart to write and journal about. These are just some examples that I'm using, and if you need prompts and cues, or if you just get inspired by the videos, fine. You don't have to write down what I'm suggesting. And that's pretty much what the video is about. So to anyone who is new, or anyone who is not new but trying to figure it out, what is this all about? That's what it's about. And at the beginning of the year, which was just last month, still New Year, the goal was for everybody to have a master plan. And I want to just highlight this, and today's journaling session is going to be over, but you can push pause and you can still write in your journaling session throughout any parts of this video. There is a master plan, whether you understand it or not, whether you see it or not. Some of us are living in part. We're just living, surviving is how we feel. We're living at the end of the week, we do a grade sheet. Okay, you grade yourself. How did you do this week? What's your goals? Did you make it? What's your goal of making a certain amount, with eating the way, with planning and following through, not just writing, but following through with what you said, with your goals, with how you're going to handle when you get stressed, or when there are situations that are triggers in your life and trigger past pain, past incidents that happen, and they are attached to emotions, and they make you feel anger or feel fear or feel sad or happy, whatever. But usually it's the negative emotions that cause us to lose control. How are you going to, what's your plan? What's your master plan? Okay. So as we navigate our way through life, and it's the first time for all of us. No one has been here a second time that I know of. Even though some of us feel like we've returned as a flower, or will want to return as a flower, or whatever thing you might want to return as, and some people have different belief systems. There is a master plan. And I want to speak a little bit about Black history, and I'm going to let it go. When we think about slavery in America, a lot of people get angry, and they talk about white people, because white people are the ones who enslave Africans from the African coast. But what allowed that to even happen? See, you have to look beyond the symptoms and some of the things that you see as a problem, and look at the whole total picture, the big picture, okay? That's why I'm talking about the master plan. The master plan is the root of why you're doing the things you're doing. And when you think about slavery and African American history and Black History Month, why did we become slaves? You must go back. And it's good to celebrate success and the civil rights movement and people, God bless, Dr. Martin Luther King and all kind of people, so many to name, that sacrificed their lives and the lives of the livelihood of their families and things like that for the cause. But they were fighting for a bigger picture, okay? Fighting for all people, all nations, not just Black people. Most Dr. King was anyway, okay? So when I'm talking about the master plan that we looked at, understand, even if you feel like you're just trying to survive from day to day, you are part of a master plan. And you can only choose God or the devil. And so your life, whether you know it or not, and your plans are need to reflect that. I'm running out of time. This video is about to cut off, but I want you to go back to the root cause of what you do. God bless you. and why you're wanting the things you want.